Hi guys, it's Synolve. How are you guys doing? I sure hope you are doing well. Today we're gonna come and we're gonna talk about, go get your tea, all right, go get your little tea, go get you something to drink. We're gonna talk about how to change your self-concept. We can sometimes have a not so good self-concept of ourselves, and we got to shift that. We got to change that. Okay, we got to change that self-concept and move that old self-concept out and bring in a new concept that we are powerful, that we are loved, that we are blessed, that we are prosperous, that we are wealthy, that we are happy, that we are successful. All right, that everything that we desire is already ours. And so this is what we're going to do. We're going to change that old self-concept, that old narrative. Now, you can't see what I see, but my husband is sitting right there in the window, and he is right there supporting me, as he always is. You probably have seen him in the comments. He's always supporting me. He's always loving me, always. And I'm so grateful, right? I am so grateful. And so I wouldn't have imagined that this would be my life, because that's not how I grew up. I've told this story before about how I didn't have the happiest upbringing. Like I wasn't really necessarily, I wasn't the one of the children that my mom kept. She actually sent me to live with my grandmother. That was a hard, difficult thing at a young age, and I had already been back and forth, back and forth between the two for a long time, for as long as I can remember. And although my grandma Pearl, my great grandmother Pearl, my aunt Jack loved me, okay, I was the apple of their eye, and they would fuss about it because she was like, just keep the baby, bring the baby down to me, just bring the baby, y'all don't want the baby, just bring the baby to me. And so now I have this amazing person in my life, my hubby, because my grandmother passed away when I was 14. My great grandmother and Aunt Jack passed away. They were killed in a horrible house fire when I was 15. And so you may have things in your life where you've gone through. You may, whatever the case may be, some sort of thing that feels like a tragedy or feels like a defeat or feels like it's brought you down in your life. And a recent job loss. You got to get a new self-concept. Don't folks think, kick them folks out, right? They ain't about good. You got to get a new, what they meant for evil, okay? What they meant for evil is not going to happen. It's all for your good. You got to have a different concept. You are the best employee. You are the best manager. You are the most innovative and best manager that anybody could ever want to work for their company. Everybody wants to manage, for you to come and manage their company or lead their company, lead their workforce. And so you got to have a different self-concept. Maybe you got to, your self-concept is based in your childhood or based in broken relationships or failed business ventures. As a business person, you've had several business ventures that failed. Walt Disney had issues and problems, right? Failed businesses, right? You may have had, even look at Holiday Inn has had how massive they were, and now they've gotten a new vision of themselves, a new self-concept, a new idea of themselves. They've rebranded. You're gonna have to rebrand yourself and have a new self-concept. And write a new story, as Abraham Hicks talks about, right? Neville Goddard talks about this, having a new self-concept. You got to edit your old self-concept, right? Delete it, throw it out, whatever the case may be. I could walk around all day saying, well, I wasn't loved, I wasn't this, but I am loved. I am loved. I have family who loves me. I have a beautiful husband, amazing spouse that loves me. I have two beautiful children, a daughter and a son, who love me. Husband who loves me. We've been together over 30 years. Look, we met in 1991. He loves me, all right? And I love me some him. You hear me? You got to get a new self-concept of yourself. If you're a business owner, a new self-concept of your wealth, of how amazing you are, and what an amazing business owner you are, right? How you innovate, Yes, you may have had failed businesses. If you're an athlete, you gotta have a new concept of who you are. Look at Michael Jordan. Look at how many times he failed. He had to sit on the bench. Couldn't do nothing. He just was not a good athlete in the beginning. But he kept going and kept trying. He rebranded himself and got a new self-concept of himself. You got to get a new self-concept of yourself. Use these examples, no matter what has happened. No matter what has happened. When Neville Goddard first started, he wasn't the powerful manifester that we know of him today. No, he wasn't. He went, when he first started, he went to Abdullah and he wanted to go home to Barbados. And Abdullah said, see yourself already there. Or you are in Barbados. That's exactly what he said. He said, these are the words. He said, you are in Barbados. And he was like, huh? No, I'm in New York. He's like, you are in Barbados. Then Neville Goddard goes home. He's like, okay, I'm in Barbados. And the ticket still hadn't come. It was like he wanted to go home for the holidays, and right before, a couple of days for the holidays, still hadn't got a ticket. Nothing. Well, he goes back, talks to Abdullah, and Abdullah says, you are in Barbados. No, hadn't happened. I don't see nothing. Ain't nothing changed. Okay, I'm in Barbados. So then he goes back. He gets a letter from his brother. Brother sends him money for the ticket, money to get himself together. Neville Goddard talked about how poor he was. He was a dancer. You had to buy shoes. All the things you had to do. And it was just so much stuff going on. And in New York at the time and throughout the world, right? And he didn't have the money. To go home. So his brother sent him the money to go home. He goes down, buys the ticket, all the things, but they told him, you're not going to go first class. And he goes back, runs, tells Abdullah, I am getting it. I'm going home, but I'm not going first class. And Abdullah says, I told you you're going first class. Okay. Closes the door, leaves. So he's like, oh, okay. So then Neville gets his stuff together, goes down to the ship liner where he's supposed to sail away. Gets there, and they tell him, we're going to upgrade you, Mr. Goddard, to first class. Okay. And we don't know what it's going to be like for your trip back, but we're going to upgrade you to first class. Your way going there, somebody has dropped off. They're not going to keep their ticket. And so he doesn't get to tell Abdullah, but on his way back, he before he leaves, he picks up some type of rum or something to give Abdullah. And he gets back, he tells Abdullah the whole story, gives him his rum, his gift, whatever that was. Okay. You gotta have a belief in yourself. I mean, at that point, when he first started Neville, he didn't see all of the amazing things of being a teacher and all the amazing things that he still, decades later, he's still giving to the world. And the same thing with you. You may not see all of the amazing gifts. You may not have a self-concept right now of all of the unimaginable things that Spirit wants to do through you, right? To you, for you, with you. You may not have that right now. You may not. But it's here. It's here. It's already done. It's already here. So you have to have a new self-concept. I am wealthy. You may look in your pocket and be like, ain't nothing in here but lint. But you got to have a new self-concept. I am wealthy. I am happy. I'm blessed. I had to have a new self-concept of myself as a person who lives in the country and has a beautiful farm, right? Can walk right out of my door into a farm. And we have a farm number now. We have a farm number. And so many good things are coming. I'm not going to tell y'all yet, but so many good things are happening and coming. I had to have a new self-concept of myself, a new self-concept for my family, a new self-concept, right? As a family who makes money in untraditional ways, or traditional ways, farming, and talking to you guys on YouTube and teaching and all the things, believing in myself, a new self-concept, right? From being a leader of a nonprofit agency who didn't want me there, right? Who were mean and vengeful and hateful, and right. So I had to rethink myself, and we started our own nonprofit, hubby and I, and I had to re-advise my self-concept. When you don't really love yourself, you don't really have this amazing self-concept of who you are. You don't have a self-concept that says, I'm loved, I'm divinely supported, I am blessed, I am God's chosen, I have everything that I need, and everything I need is already mine. When you don't have that self-concept, when you have a concept that's rooted, self-concept rooted in lack and rooted in poverty, or rooted in just not even existing, just subsistence, right? You below the poverty line. When you don't have a real, true, positive, loving, kind self-concept, it's difficult to manifest. You can't, because you can't manifest with nothing. You got to be able to use your imagination, right? You got to be able to use your imagination, and your imagination from within starts with being able to, sorry, my neighbor was going by, but and it was slowing down because they were trying to see what I was doing. But your self-concept starts with you from within, with you understanding and knowing that you have the power to create. You have the power to imagine. And because you have this power to imagine, you have the power to create the life that you desire. And so it's amazing. Neville learns this new self-concept of himself as a powerful creator, as a person who embodies the very essence of God, of the Most High, of the universe. Within you resides the power to create worlds. So he gets this self-concept or self-image of himself, and then he begins to teach it. He begins to share what Abdullah has shared with him and the lessons that he's learned. He begins to share that with other people. And then he raises the vibration and frequency of the world by putting his messages out. He changes the world because this one man changed his own self-concept. And now here I am, and millions, hundreds, thousands of other teachers and content creators from all around the world are sharing these principles, living these principles each and every day. You have your own purpose. You have a purpose for your life. You have innate talents and abilities. It's time to tap in, lock in. It's time to tap into that and lock into who you really are, who you're really created to be, what it is you're really created to be doing, right? And you can't do that unless you tap into your own self-concept, unless you go within and realize who you are. And you got to throw out, pitch out. You got to throw out the old self-concept. Push it out, tap it out, force it out, get it out. Well, really what you should do, one of the techniques is just to see it. The old stuff starts coming up, see it, swipe, swipe, just let it go, swipe. You don't have to keep it. When something pops up and says, oh, you don't have any money, you're not well, you're sick, you can't go do that, they don't love you, you let that go. And then you say, I am loved, I am wealthy, I am prosperous, I am abundant, I am money, I am blessed, right? They say, oh, you start feeling bad, you lost your job, or this contract fell through, doesn't want this, if your business owner don't want to work with you. You say, I'm the best employee. I have a new self-concept. I am the best. I am the best employee anybody could ever hire, any company, anywhere. I am the best, the supreme supplier, business owner. I have the best products. I supply the best tea. I supply the best teaching. I supply the best fan belts. I supply the best solar panels. Whatever your business is, I supply the best clothing. I supply the best hats. I supply the best rings, coats, whatever it is your business does. I build the best houses. I'm the best real estate agent. You have to have a new self-concept of yourself. You got to figure out within yourself who you are. Know who you are. Figure out what you want. What is it that you want? What do you really, really, really want? Know what you really, really, really want. Know what you want. Okay? Know what you want. And then build and lean into that self-concept. And don't let anybody turn you around. Ain't nobody gonna turn me around. Turn me around. Ain't nobody gonna turn me around. Once you get into it, into that desire of what you want, into this knowing of the wish fulfilled, like it's already done. I already have the contract. I already have the mate, perfect SP that I want, special person that I want. I already have the perfect job that I want. You're in the desk at the office, right? You sitting there typing on your little computer, doing your thing, right? You're up speaking. You're speaking to millions of people. You're authoring your books, okay? All the things. You're traveling the world. You're leading groups of people around the world to travel. You have your financial business. You're a broker. People come in and sit down at your office to talk to you and make financial plans. You're selling homes. You got the sign out, sold, right? Where you're selling houses. Whatever the case may be, you desire to have a home, a new home. You desire to build a home, have a farm. You see that already in your mind's eye. This new self-concept. You see this new self-concept where you saw yourself in lack and poverty and cast down and cast out. See yourself now blessed, where you saw yourself trodden on and picked over, looked over. See yourself now. You are the number one choice, right? You are the number one choice. You are the number one choice. Number one. You are the number one choice. You are the number one draft pick. You. They couldn't even choose anybody better than you. You are number one. You're number one, honey, not number two. You are number one. Once you do that, you change your self-concept. You throw out limiting old beliefs. You throw out that old self-concept and you lock in to the new self-concept, this new idea of self, this new confidence in yourself, this new love for yourself, this newfound joy, right? And then create the scene, live in the scene of who you are, of this new reality that you've created for yourself, where you and the Father are one. You and the Father are one. Yes. Where you live in this new reality, where everything you desire manifests, where everything you desire is already yours. Use your imagination to create a new self-concept, to rebrand yourself. Right? To rebrand yourself. Use this new time to change your old self-concept and to write a new one, create a new one. Write it down, put it in your journal, type it in your notes in your phone, type it in your journal, write it in your journal, right? Type it in Google Docs or wherever it is that you keep your notes. Sleep it with it under your pillow, right? Sleep with it beside your bed so you can edit and make notes. But create a new self-concept. Change your old self-concept and create a new one that is positive, that is loving, that is successful, that is blessed. I am successful. I am blessed. Use your I am statements and feel it. Create a new concept and then go into the feeling of it already having that new self-concept that you've created already exists, right? That what you've changed is now new. All things have become new. All right, this is Synolve, guys. I love you guys so much. Big hugs. Big hugs. Love you guys so much. Big hugs, big kisses. All right, guys, I will see you guys in another video real soon. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with someone you think who needs to hear it, because it's time to change and have a new concept and to rebrand ourselves, not just for the new year, but for the rest of our lives. I love you guys. Bye-bye. See you in another video real soon.